Hi there, Mark here again, and today I'm going to be reviewing this new 300E 1/18th scale ready to run brushless RC from DEERC. So stay tuned, we'll have a real good look at this truck in detail and what you get in the box. Then we're going to be taking it out for a test run and testing the top speed. Now amazingly, this tiny four-wheel drive truck has got a claim top speed of 60 kph or 35 plus miles an hour, and I've got to say I would be absolutely amazed if a truck of this size could go that fast. Okay, yeah, it's brushless and it's 2S, but I'm looking forward to seeing if we can get anywhere near that. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the box and see what you get with this truck, because you do get quite a lot with this little thing. And strangely though, there's no pictures of the car until you turn it upside down and there it is on the bottom, but it doesn't give you any real information about it. It says it for 14 years or above. It doesn't even say what scale it is or anything. So anyway, it is a 1/18th scale and it is brushless. I think it just show that on the top here. 2.4 gig, metal differentials, rechargeable battery, and it just says full scale. I think that's the remote control. So let's show you what you get inside this box. So obviously you get the truck and it comes with a second body like that on top in the box, which is fantastic. So you could keep one for spares, or for best I should say. That's a brilliant idea. Or you could just use the colour that you like. It had the red one on, I think I like the yellow, so I'm going to be leaving that on. You've got your controller, and it's a good size, I must say. It's a nice fit. I can use that one-handed. It's got this kind of moulding there on the handle. I really like that. It does feel really good in the hand. You've just got two simple options for the speed. You can turn the speed right down and obviously to maximum, and then you've got the trim to set the steering straight. And yeah, that's it, on and off. That's all you need. And I think all it needs are 3 AA batteries that you don't get with this model. I think it's the only thing that you need to add to it to take it out and run it. Okay, another thing I like is that you get 2 batteries. They're both 2S LiPos, 7.4 volts, and they're 1200 milliamp hour, which is pretty good. It's claimed that they'll last 20 minutes in the car, which I can believe, being a small car and being brushless. So yeah, 40 minutes with the 2 batteries can't be bad. And you get your USB charger. We've also got this accessory bag. Have a quick look what comes in here. That's a nice little touch as well. Okay, so you've got a cleaning brush. I suppose that will come in handy. Get all the dust and muck out from the inside. That's pretty cool. You got your crosshead screwdriver. You got your wrench for your wheels. We've got some spare step screws, body clips, and I think there's in there little spare wheel nuts as well, which is nice. Wow, that's interesting. Looks like we've got 2 spur gears. That looks like a motor pinion. Spare motor pinion, 2 spare motor pinions, and then bevel gears, which I would imagine are on the end of the central prop shaft. So that's pretty wicked to get those as spares. You'd probably have to pay a few quid if you wore those out, so that is another great little bonus. And finally there's this little bag here. Okay, then in this bag we've got lots of tiny little, they look like stainless steel socket head screws or cap screws, and you get the Allen key for those in there. And those are for these wheel accents. These are very light. They're obviously anodized aluminium. They look quite nice, and therefore going on the wheels, and it says in the manual that they protect the wheels, so they look rather good. So I'll get those on in a second. And speaking of the manual, here it is. Again, it's a very basic manual. Just tells you basically how to turn it on and straighten up the steering. But what you do get is an exploded diagram of how the car fits together and all the part numbers, and there's a full list of parts here. So yeah, parts are available if you need them, and they're the numbers that you need to reference if you need to order those parts. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm just going to get these screwed on in a second onto the wheels, then we'll get the body off and have a good look at the chassis itself before we take it out for a run. Okay then, so that's those wheel accents fitted. Doesn't it look good with those on? I think that really looks better. So let's get this body off and have a look at the spec. So there's your lovely waterproof brushless motor, along with the ESC, this 25 amp ESC and receiver combination. Interesting to note, it has got a 3-wire servo, so you'll be able to swap that servo out for a micro servo if you have any problems with it, which we hope we won't, but that's a good feature. You've got this like crank steering here. We've got metal balls in the pivots there. That looks quite cool. Not adjustable, but looks nice, bash resistant plastic, which is what you want. We've got oil shocks all round, and they do look like they're aluminium shocks, but on close inspection it's a plastic body, and they've got aluminium caps, top and bottom of the shock body itself there, and an aluminium adjusting screw. But yeah, they are oil filled, like I say. But I've got to say, DEERC RC, that for a small and very light truck, they do seem to be a bit oversprung to me. It's yeah, there's not much giving them, although I have seen trucks like this given a lot of abuse on skate parks and stuff like that, where they're thrown, you know, meters into the air and come down from a great height. So perhaps that's what it's been designed in mind for, I'm not sure. Don't think I'm going to drive it like that, but you know, if you want to throw it off some kind of massive ramp, I suppose that hard suspension, but for going over, you know, rough ground, I think it needs to be a little bit more compliant. Anyway, there's my little moan over. Obviously it's 4-wheel drive. You can see it's got metal drive shafts, metal output cups, and metal wheel shafts, as you can see in there. You've got a decent nut in the centre there holding the wheel on, rather than some of the screws that you get holding wheels on in this sector of the market. So as you can see right in the centre there, that shaft, the prop shaft, is steel, so it's got steel drive all the way through to the 4 wheels, and obviously it's got ball bearings throughout. So the battery's held in by this plastic clip, just slots in the back there, and then your R clip to hold it in place. Got the standard T connector or Dean's connector for the battery. So yeah, if you want to use any other batteries, it should be usually got those connections. So we'll just fire her up and see how it goes. Got your on off button on the ESC there. Let's check the servo. Yeah, that seems pretty responsive. And give it a bit of forward. Yeah, that brushless motor spins up pretty quick. Oh, maybe it will go quite fast after all. It'll be good fun to find out in a bit. Anyway, I'm pretty impressed with the spec of the truck and the build quality, to be honest with you, and all the parts that you get with it is a nice bonus. But this truck's in an extremely competitive market sector. I've got to say, there's offerings from so many other manufacturers, HBX, Hospeed, The World Toys, E-Sheen and so on. So yeah, it's going to be down to how fast this thing's going to go, obviously with a brushless motor, and the cost. A good point for buying this is that DEERC has their own Amazon shop, both in the UK and in the US. So that gives you free delivery, and you get free returns as well, which is a real bonus and peace of mind of buying from a supplier like Amazon. But when I first looked at this, the price was £102 in the UK, which I think is kind of pretty good and competitive, considering all you get with it and the spec of the buggy and you know, the advertised speed. But I checked, the last time I checked it this morning, it had gone up to 119, so you know, 120 quid, which I think is $150. Now that's right up at the higher end of the market, and I think they're going to have trouble, you know, with other competition at that price. So DEERC, if you can, I think that price closer to the £100 was where it really needs to be. Anyway, a nice little bonus is that DEERC have given me a 5% off coupon code, so I'm going to put that down in this description with links to this UK and US Amazon shops, so you can click on and buy straight from there with my 5% off code. So enough of the chat, let's go and run it. Okay then, so we've got Rob on the camera now, so hello Rob.
Hiya.
And yeah, you can see the speed meters on, we've got it set to 0. Let's see what she'll do with the standard 2S. You ready, Rob?
I am.
Here we go then. Well, I can tell you what, mate, I don't think that's 35 mile an hour, do you?
No.
Let's see how good the range is, dude, on the back, on the transmitter. Yeah, I've still got control, so that's not bad.
No.
But it's definitely...
Can't see it really.
Definitely not 35 miles an hour, guys. 60 kph.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No.
Let's bring it in. Yeah, mate. Oh my gosh. 18 mile an hour, mate.
Yeah.
What's that in kph? I don't know, it's not even 30, is it?
No.
Oh,
Well, I thought he was supposed to do 35 miles per hour.
that's what it says on the advert. Tell you what, mate, we've got that other car that's got a 3S. Shall we stick that in and see what happens?
Yeah, let's stick a 3S in it.
Maybe that's what you're supposed to do, but it doesn't say on the advert that it's 3S that speed, but we'll put one in and we'll see what happens. Back in a sec. Okay then, so you can see that's where it was, set at 18. A bit Heath Robinson, look, 'cause, the battery doesn't fit, but you know, it's the 3S. Let's see what happens now. Let's hope we don't turn it over, eh, Rob?
Yeah, but hey, these things happen.
Oh, it's definitely faster now, mate. And we did just check the battery that was in it, and it was fully charged, so it wasn't the battery.
Whoa!
Oh, shame, dude.
What did he say? Oh, best not crash it.
Right then, we'll try again because I don't think I got fully flat out. We might have done, but we're at 31, dude.
Wow.
So that is a lot faster, but it's still not 35.
No.
We're actually 60 kph is 37 miles an hour, mate.
Right.
So let's have another. I'll strap it on again. Whoa! It's a different car now, dude. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Let me try on.
That was a bit quick.
That looked pretty quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
I've got to say, mate, it's hard to control though. Let's have a look. 32. So still even on 3S. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So then, guys, don't believe everything you read, especially on those Amazon adverts. I got to say, it's not even getting anywhere close, even with the 3S. So not really impressed with that, guys.
No.
So I think the manufacturers need to come clean, don't you, really?
I do.
About the true speed, because,
Yeah.
you know, you buy this for 120 quid and you get it out of the box and you run up the pot and you're thinking, hang on, that's not 35 mile an hour
Yeah.
or 60 or whatever, 60 kph.
I doubt you're going to find a 3S battery that's going to fit in that small spot.
But anyway, mate, we'll give it a bit of run off road just to see what it's like,
Yeah.
to give it a proper test, and yeah, we'll see you at the end. Okay, so we're back from the run and everything's still in one piece, and so it's time for the conclusion. And what do I honestly think about this little truck? Well, the good points, I've got to say, the range on the transmitter was fantastic, no problems there. It was really easy to control, it was responsive to the radio input, so that was all good. Great fun on the tarmac, the grass and the dirt. So that shows the build quality is really good. It's tough, it's durable. You didn't see all of the running we had with it off-road, but it had a lot of knocks, I can tell you, and it just bounced back for more, so that's good. It comes with tons of features and extras, as you saw earlier, so that's a plus point in the 2 batteries. So while we're talking about batteries, the runtime on this was fantastic. I think I got well over 25 minutes out of one of those 2S batteries. So to have 2 of those with the package is fantastic. It's great fun to run, and you know, it's fast for what it is. I think I've looked at other reviews and they were all getting the same, so it wasn't just me. On 2S it was, you know, everybody else is around about the 19-20 mile an hour mark. We got 18, so it could just be this truck. And I gotta say, I think that's well fast enough, especially if you're just starting out in the hobby. That's well fast enough and good enough for a lot of fun. And the last thing I would say about it is I think it's a really nice looking little truck. I've seen a lot worse out there, so yeah, it's a cool looking little thing. So as for downsides, there's only one really, and that's the advertised speed. As I said when we were out on the speed test, if you bought this really expecting it to do 60 plus kph or 37 miles an hour, you're going to be sorely disappointed. And I think it's a bit unfair to quote those speeds on those website adverts. Like I say, it's not on the box itself, but on the adverts it does say that, and I think they really should come clean. I think, you know, if you advertise 20 for a 1/18 truck, that is plenty fast enough. And as for the price, I have checked around and I've seen it for about £100 on other sites, which makes it quite competitive for a brushless truck with all those accessories. So there we have it, guys. That's my conclusion. I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget, if you're interested in this truck, check out the link in the description, and don't forget to use that 5% off discount code. Cheers, bye.